Hello viewers, welcome to RT Global News. You can help us to reach wider audience by liking our video. Please also share your feedback in the comments section. This is a breaking news. Taliban captures Kunduz, third provincial capital in 3 days. Taliban says its forces are in control of Kunduz, as fighting rages in several cities across Afghanistan. A Taliban statement on Sunday said, it has captured the police headquarters, the governor's compound and the prison in the city. Local sources and journalists in Kunduz confirmed that Taliban fighters are present in the capital. Heavy clashes started yesterday afternoon. All government headquarters are in control of the Taliban. Only the army base and the airport is with Afghan security forces from where they are resisting the Taliban, Amruddin Wali, a member of Kunduz Provincial Assembly, said. Health officials in Kunduz said 14 bodies, including those of women and children, and more than 30 injured people have been taken to hospital. Sunday's takeover comes after the group seized the provinces of Nimruz and Jawzjan in the last 2 days. On Saturday, the Taliban captured Jawzjan capital Sheberghan. The city's deputy governor said, a day after Zaran, capital of Nimruz, fell without a fight, according to its deputy governor. The defense ministry said that on Saturday evening, US B52 bombers struck several Taliban targets in Sheberghan. Al Jazeera's Charlotte Bellis, reporting from the capital, Kabul, said, a journalist in the center of Kunduz told us the Taliban has taken over the police chief's office, the election commission's office, and that the Taliban flag is flying at the central roundabout. The government is denying Kunduz has fallen, but, by all accounts, it has, she added. The Taliban has gained vast parts of rural Afghanistan, since launching a series of offensives in May to coincide with the start of the withdrawal. We have the capabilities to take over cities, but we were waiting for them, and our policy is for peace and reconciliation. But of course, when government launched an offensive against us, they started the bombing campaign against us. We reacted and took 2 provincial centers, but still, our policy is for a negotiated settlement of the Afghan issue, Suhail Shaheen, international media spokesman for the Taliban, told media outlet. If they focus on military strategy and military offensives, then we will have a reaction. But it is not our option or policy. Our policy is a peaceful solution of the Afghan issue, he added. The Defense Ministry statement also confirmed that air attacks were carried out in parts of the city that killed 54 Taliban fighters and wounded 23 others. On Saturday, the U.S. Embassy issued a statement condemning the Taliban's inroads into provincial centers in the south and north. We condemn the Taliban's violent new offensive against Afghan cities. This includes the unlawful seizure of Zaran, the capital of Afghanistan's Nimruz province, the attack on Sheberghan, capital of Jawzjan province yesterday and today, and continuing efforts to take over Lashkar Gah in Helmand, and provincial capitals elsewhere, the statement read. Sheberghan is home to notorious strongman Abdul Rashid Dostum, who returned to Afghanistan only this week, after medical treatment in Turkey. On Saturday, Dostum held a meeting with Afghan President Ashraf Ghani at the presidential palace. A palace statement quoted Dostum as saying that it is time to stand alongside the security forces and to stand against the enemy. In Zaran, social media posts suggested the Taliban was welcomed by some residents. They showed captured military vehicles, luxury SUVs and pickups speeding through the streets, flying white Taliban flags, as residents, mostly youths and young men, cheered them on. The Afghan security forces lost their morale due to intense propaganda by the Taliban, a senior official from the city, who asked not to be named, told media outlet. Further, he added, even before the Taliban attacks, most of the security forces put their weapons on the ground, took off their uniforms, and left their units and fled. On entering Zaran, the fighters opened the gates of the city jail, officials said, freeing Taliban prisoners along with common criminals. The situation of Afghanistan is worsening. Heavy fighting has taken place in and around Lashkar Gah, and both US and Afghan government air forces have conducted airstrikes in the city. The Taliban control 9 of the city's 10 police districts. To get latest updates on the global news, please subscribe to RT News and turn on the notifications so that you get all the global events update as it happens.